Hey everybody, this is Bill David down here in the Petrified Wood Shop. I've had a few people ask questions about how I make my pipes, and specifically, right now I've had a request from one of the fellows named Daniel, if I recall right, about where to get the glass and how to get the glass and how to glue it in and everything. So I told him I'd make a quick video, and there are actually three parts of glass here uh, that you're going to need to get, but I only have two of them on hand because I don't use the third part. I let the user that takes the pipe go and acquire their own. So I'm not going to show you, but I'll illustrate what it is, okay? So I have two pieces of glass here right now. All right. First is a downstem receiver, and it's going to have a long, plain, simple tube on it like this, okay? I'm sure they come differently. This is just how I found them, and this is how I work them, all right? So then there'll be a down stem, which, as you'll see, looks a little bit different. It usually has some openings at the bottom that are ground into the side right there, and it'll be open on the bottom. So they look very, very similar, but they interface, and the glass on glass right there is ground so that it creates a relatively airtight seal. I mean, you can hear it, maybe you can hear it grinding there. Anyway, so you need those two parts. Now, what you don't need is this part of the glass right here. So I acquired a little glass cutter, and this isn't sharp at all, but it's some kind of hard metal. I'm sure it's a carbide or something like that. I'm not really sure. I'm sure they make these in different styles and whatnot, but this just happens to be the one that I have and that I used. I think I paid 15 bucks for it on Amazon. So that's a little investment you'll have to get. All right. From there, what you'll do is I'll find out which one, because I cut one. I pre-scored one of these. All right, there we go. You run the little sharp edge along the glass, right where the frosted ground area meets the plain area. Once you scored it really well all the way around, what I do, my son William is acting as my cameraman right now, so bear with us. Is just for safety, put on your safety glasses. Don't do what I'm doing right now. If you're working in your wood shop, don't be stupid, don't dumb, be safe. All right. So I just take it and I wrap a little bit of glass over it, and I just take a little wooden mallet. I mean, this is my leather working mallet, and it pops right off, as you can see right there. Now there's a little bit of an edge right there. I like to get rid of that, and as you can see, this will make a little bit of a glass mess. I'll get the shop back after that here in a minute. But what I do is I just come back and I just, oh shoot, knock it off. Now you got to be really careful, because I just ruined this one. I broke off some of the glass there, and that's pretty much wasted now. That's garbage. But usually it goes a little bit better than. Shut up, William. Usually it goes a little bit better than that. But you cut it. Just go real gentle. I mean, you saw how easy it was to screw it up, and I was barely tapping on it. But ideally, you will have a clear cut piece of glass that is that big, all right, with no breaks in it. From there, you just use a little 5-minute epoxy, and then I just dropped it and broke it anyway, so no big deal. So I'm going to go back to using this one. I get my calipers right here, and I measure this opening right here. This is 0.85, so I can use a 7/8, and I'm measuring this diameter right in here, okay? Not close to the bottom, but up close to this lip, all right? I then drill the hole in the pipe, as you see in this one, and this just inserts there, and this top lip that you see here, that's what you're seeing here. And that you use just some 5-minute epoxy, smear it on inside the hole, and then glue it in. All right, that's all there is to it. Once it's in, you get a downstem that's appropriately fit, and it slides right down. This downstem was specifically chosen. They sell these in a whole bunch of different lengths, so you have to get the right length for the pipe that you are going to make. It ideally will go from here down into the bottom corner on the inside and seat all the way in. As you can see, this one does. That's pretty much all there is to the glass. The one piece that I don't have, I told you there are three pieces. There's a bowl that will go inside the downstem. All right. That I don't purchase those. I make these and I sell them. I let the buyer go and buy them. They can take them to any shop that they want and acquire the bowl that they like. They come in a bunch of different colors and styles and whatnot. These down stems right here, this part comes in two sizes from what I can tell. They come in 14.4 millimeters and 18.8 millimeters. The 18.8s, that's what this is. They're roughly about the size, a little bit bigger than my pinky finger, maybe more like my index finger in size. All right. The 14.4s are going to be more closer to a little bit bigger than a pencil. So you've got three pieces of glass. You've got the downstem receiver. You've got the downstem, which goes into the receiver, and you've got a bowl that goes into the downstem. A lot of people have asked me, why don't I just glue in the downstem? Well, the downstem does tend to break, and this makes it easy for them to replace it. All right. If you're wondering what this extra little piece of wood here is, the wall thickness of my pipe in this particular area was too thin when I drilled the hole out. So to make it fit, I turned what I call the little belly button of wood and drilled the hole bigger and then put the downstem receiver into the belly button. Other than that, if anybody has any questions about the pipes, I just glue up the bottom. This glue up didn't go very well. It's kind of, Gorilla Glue was not the right choice. You can see right here, I did not seal it very well, and the epoxy resin liner leaked through. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but can you see that, William? But that's what will happen if you don't put some foil tape that they use, like duct tape, but they use on air ducts, not the silver fabric kind, but it's foil tape. It looks like this. Can you see that, William? Got it? Yes?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So seal that very well. Make sure your bottom plug fits tightly and glue it in. Glue very well or the epoxy will pour out of it, or leak out of it, rather. I'm sorry. Once I've done, I usually put the liner in, the epoxy liner on the inside before I glue this in, and then I just put a good bit of a 5-minute epoxy to seal it back up. I think that's pretty much it from the Petrified Wood Shop. Again, my name is Bill David. I hope that answers at least some questions about how the glasswork works on the pipes that I make. And hopefully y'all can find some inspiration and make some of your own. All right? Have a good night.